Newt! Here! Very, very interested in biting and trying to find some sort of bottle all the time. Okay guys, today me and little Newt are gonna go over all the different personalities of the baby goats on the farm. And if anybody knows their personalities, it's Newt, because he has had to deal with all the drama and he has been really brave. So let's dive in. Now, I've been assessing all of the does and trying to decide who is going to be raised up this year, who are we going to keep. And it's a lot harder than you think because I can see positives in everybody and I just don't know which direction to go. But personality is a big part of that because even though we're focusing on genetics, having a goat that's easy to handle and that's sweet helps a lot in your everyday care, especially since we spend so much time with these baby goats. Let's get started. Now, Miss Honey, Lavender, and Newt are all out of our Grandma Tilly and Finnick. Let's start with the birth order, beginning with Miss Honey. Now, Miss Honey is definitely the most friendly goat we have. She loves everybody and everything. She also can be a bit of a bully because she's so big and strong, but mostly she just likes to play, nibble on everything, and jump up on everything. So, Honey, she is definitely the friendliest of the entire bunch. She was the first one born, and she loves everybody, wants to chew on everybody. She's definitely Tilly's daughter, for sure.
As soon as you scratch her, then she doesn't chew on you. But
if you stop,
if you don't scratch her, she bites
watch out
really hard. There.
Lavender is a total copycat. She copies everything that Miss Honey does, and she's very calm. She's a lot calmer, less mischievous, and just a sweetie. So she's definitely really cute. Now, as far as Newt goes, the best word to describe him would be survivor, for sure, because he doesn't let anything get to him. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if one of the other goats bullies him or if he falls off a stump. He doesn't care. He just gets right back to it. He also does a weird thing where he likes to sleep standing up, so that's a little odd for a little goat, but hey, it's Newt and he can do what he wants. Now, Aspen and Cedar, they are out of Hazel and Finnick. Aspen looks like Hazel and Cedar looks like Finnick. Aspen is definitely going to be a herd queen. She bosses everybody around. She's a mama's girl, but she definitely plays with the baby goats. She is probably the head of the pack. Her and Miss Honey are definitely up there, vying for the top. She's also really sweet and doesn't really complain too much. Cedar is probably the sweetest one we have here, just a doll. She plays with everybody, she's friends with everybody, she eats when she wants to and she sleeps when she wants to, and yeah, she's just super sweet. Now, Daphne had 5, but only 3 survived. These triplets were out of Daphne and Finnick. We've got Johnny Cash, Shania Twain, and Winona Ryder. Johnny is definitely a buck. He is very interested in dominating everybody and doing the buck behavior, even at this young of an age, which is about 2 weeks old. He's very majestic and beautiful, and he knows it. He is probably the best body structure wise. He's just so nice and uphill and then very long and nice and wide in the rump. So I think he is just, to me, he is the perfect body type. If only he was a doeling, then I would keep him. Winona is definitely high maintenance, a little bit like her mom Daphne. She's kind of a smaller doe, a little bit leaner doe, so she tends to eat a lot, I think because Johnny is taking a lot of the milk, and so she has to fight for that right to be able to eat. So we often see her playing and being happy with everybody and taking big leaps off the stumps, but then she rushes over to Daphne and remembers, oh yeah, there's more food, I gotta eat. Gotta take advantage. Shania is like, nothing can bother her. She is the chillest little baby goat, just happy to be sitting there chewing her cud. She definitely has a different body type than Winona. So it's kind of interesting to see that, and I'm trying to wonder, okay, which one is the one that I would like to go with? That's a tricky one for me. I definitely plan on keeping one of the doelings, at least one of the doelings, out of Daphne and Finnick. I just don't know which one yet. Now, Olive had triplets, and she recently left to a new farm with 2 of her doelings, but her little buckling Chip stayed behind because he's gonna go as a wether. So we've been starting on bottle feeding him, and he has a goofy personality. He took to the bottle right away, didn't have one complaint, acted like he's been doing it his whole life, and he is very much a buck, just like Johnny Cash, where he is constantly trying to get the girls to get up and play with him so he can make little funny young buck sounds to them. And finally, we have Tatum. Now, Tatum delivered a buckling and a doeling, and they are both definitely Tatum's personality. Very shy, very scared of everybody. So we've got to do a lot of work with them to keep them friendly. The doeling is coming around faster than the buckling, but he'll come around too. Bucklings usually do come around and tend to be a little bit more friendly than the doeling, so it'll just take a little bit of time. But they stick very close to their mama, and they are eating constantly, which is what we want, because we want to see if Tatum's udder can be stimulated and produce more than it did last year when she just had a singleton.
If you're looking for a more affordable meal kit, you have to try Every Plate. They sent us a few kits to keep in the fridge during kidding time, and it has been such a lifesaver. Think of it like a more affordable meal kit. All I had to do was chop up potatoes, onions, and zucchini, toss them with olive oil and the packet of herbs they sent me, and then bake those. Meanwhile, I added seasoning to chicken, seared that on both sides, and then started on the delicious sauce. You know when they have you make the sauce in the same pan as the chicken, they know what they're doing. Having these in the fridge makes dinner time just so much easier, especially when you have a lot of stuff going on. They're about 25% cheaper than going to the grocery store, and then of course you save all the time of the planning and prep and carving out time in your day to do it. There's 25 different recipes to choose from every week, so you can find something that makes everyone happy. Dinner was done in about 20 minutes, and it was also healthy and delicious. If you want to have some kits in your fridge during busy times, you can get started with Every Plate for just $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com and entering code WEEDUM149.
So which are my favorite and which will we keep? Oh, that's such a hard one. I am definitely changing every day on who I'm gonna keep because I have these juniors sort of waiting in the wings to deliver, and I don't know for sure how their udders are going to develop. So today I'm going to trim their udders down. Even though they've got just like the barely beginnings of an udder forming, they're still about a month away from delivering their kids. Let's go ahead and trim them down, and so I can make a little bit better decisions. Okay, it's pamper day for the juniors. Look at that. She's gonna poop. Hold please. Just wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. Look at those side attachments. That is what we need. So I'm really excited about that because that's gonna help hold the udder in place. And the teats are right in the middle, just like you like. Ooh, that's gonna be a good udder. All right, we might have Tilly's tiny teat trait with Raven. But it's coming in. It's coming in, guys. Come on. Reba's looking okay. What we're wanting are those side attachments that we saw on Prim, because that's what Napoleon's dam had. I'm not sure we have that. We will have to wait and see. Okay, come on. Bye. Okay, I think Dolly and Reba are actually pretty similar.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be tough to decide between them. All right, okay, so as you guys know, I'm trying to improve my herd through selective breeding. It's not really about winning at the show. It's more about making sure that I have quality genetics and that when I sell baby goats, that I know that they've got well-attached udders, good production, and body structures that are not gonna break down, like I've seen happen in other goats that we've had. So I'm looking for strong legs, wide rumps, which means they'll have a nice wide udder, and then those attachments. We got to get those attachments in this herd so that we have nice, well-attached udders. So I don't know, because with these 4 juniors coming up, I think Prim is pretty good, but I also think Reba and Dolly are going to be good as far as having that really well-attached udder. With Raven, she's a little bit on my list because she's got these tiny teats, and maybe keeping so many out of Tilly has not really served me well because we've just got these tiny teats that we keep passing down to other babies. So some of the babies are already reserved, but I've got a few that I'm holding off on, trying to decide on if I'm going to raise it up or not. Aspen's a maybe, Winona's a maybe, so is Shania, and I have such a temptation to go back to Miss Honey as a maybe, even though it is a Tilly daughter again. But I would really like to wait until I've got the 4 junior does kitted so I can see their udders and make sure that I'm kind of taking my herd in the right direction. So, sorry. I wish I could come out with an exact answer on which one I'm keeping, but not yet. I need a little bit more time. And as far as Newt goes, as much as we love him, he will still be going as a pet. We already have so many mamas that we've had to retire and we keep them as pets. We're not really looking to raise up any of the babies as pets. He's gonna go to a nice, cute little family with little kids and he's gonna be adored. So, but in the meantime, we get to adore him. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. Okay. You have to tell me which is your favorite goat personality-wise.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say I have 2. I have one that's looks, and one's that is personality.
Let's see if you're right. The best is Honey.
Yeah.
Personality-wise,
yes,
yeah,
Honey.
okay, for sure.
Because she's got that Tilly personality.
Yeah,
That's
she's
why
very
I like
sweet.
her. And then looks, you probably don't agree with me. You go first.
Okay, looks, Silverback.
Oh, Lola, you mean?
Lola the Silverback.
Yeah, you might be right. I was gonna say Daphne's chamois.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, I really do like Tatum's little girl. She's really cute.
Okay, so Miss Honey wins for personality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say either that or Cedar wins for personality, for sure.
Yeah.
Either Miss Honey or Cedar, although I really love Daphne's 2 girls. They're pretty sweet. Casper, everybody wants to see how big you've gotten. Because you've gotten so big. Okay, let's show them your tricks. Ah! Show them your tricks. You're already doing your trick. You're already doing it. Casper is huge now. Let's see if you can have a size comparison. Salem, come. Sit. There we go. That's the size difference. And he is definitely a barker. She plays with him pretty good, but I think she's a little sick of him right now because she's been playing with him all day and he can get a little bit annoying, I'm sure.